social media app comes out, maybe there could be a change. So I want to assure you people today, Biafra, all over the world, that the defense of Biafra is a no-go area. We will fight and fight until the Biafra is restored. And nobody is going to die. I am telling you the fact. Our aim and objective is to make sure in this fight, no Biafra dies. But like Onyendu used to say, they will kill us, we will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra will come. I want to thank those of you who have supported this movement up to this point. But remember, we have entered the liberation phase where everything will be very difficult. By the special grace of God, it will not be difficult for the Biafra people. The dragon flag has been raised since 2021. And the dragon flag is not going down. We have raised the Biafra Liberation Army flag. We have also raised the Biafra Resistance Fighters flag. We have raised the Biafra Navy flag. We have raised the defense, the PDF, the Biafra Defense Force flag. That flag, those flags will never go down until the declaration of Biafra, and Biafra will be defended. For those who are saying that it is not possible that we are just deceiving people, thank you very much. We will deceive people, but remember, when the time comes, and if you are a Biafra and saying it, you have something waiting for you. The Biafra law and policy will wait for you at the right time. And then you will shout, had I known. Those who are the people are shouting, Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is killing soldiers in Nigeria. Why are you going to support him? These are the same people who were pushing people to go and die in Aba. And they went and actually died. We have the recent one.
I hope they didn't stop him. Let me check. Because on I stop while I was here. Just one page.
And I want to ask you, have there been any consequences from their side? The answer is no. But you know, we are not going to overlook those things based on the fact that they are not supporting what we are doing. Every Biafran is recognized by Biafra government. Government is a government. We are not organization. We are not IPOB that you say you don't register. You are not a registered member. No, that is the difference. So when those people were killed in Aba, we made sure that the Nigerian government that killed them pay for it. And today, believe me, they have paid more than that expected. So the government of Biafra is living up to its responsibility. And we have also made sure that those of our people who think that the government is just a shambolic one, in their various communities, there has been peace and tranquility, while other people in Nigeria are facing extinction, including displacement, going to IDP camp, killing them, abducting school children, killing women, and all that. They are all happening all over Nigeria. It is only in Biafra territory that is not happening. And I'm telling you, any day they try and abduct anybody in mass in Biafra land, believe me, I will not say what we're going to do, but we know where to hold them. The time has come that you must be speaking very bold. Do not be scared of your enemy. The invasion of Biafra land must stop. The terrorist checkpoint in Biafra land must be disbanded. Let me tell you, it is something that is going to take time. We are not saying that it must end in one day or in 1 week. It is something that is going to take time. We are fighting a terrorist government that has billions of dollars. And so So good. Systematically, as you can see, we are defeating them. And the defeat will continue. So my fellow Biafran, the 2nd of December declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra is very sacrosanct. We maintain it is very, very sacrosanct. The ongoing self-referendum is very important, that you stick and make sure that your people in your villages, in your town, participate in the voting. We need as many number of votes as possible in order to legitimize or to validate the actions of the government. We must get a reasonable number of votes, and we have time. Those states that are yet to receive their tablet, especially the electoral officials, you are going to receive the tablet very, very soon. So, but for now, it is very imperative that the media team of the Biafra Republic government in exile and every lovers of Biafra government in exile and those who are individually broadcasting on their own must channel their energy to the voting for self-referendum. Very, very important. We need to get as many votes as possible before October this year. The first phase of this voting is going to end next month, which is May. After that, we'll go to the second voting, and then we'll go to the third voting, to the third phase. So it's very, very important. This is what is going to define a lot of things that will happen this year. For those who do not understand how the Biafra independence and liberation is going to happen, of course, I'll always explain this. On the 2nd of December 2024, when we have gathered enough vote and see that Biafra people have given their consent to the government, we will declare the restoration of independence state of Biafra. And we are going to intensify the defense of our land. We are also going to intensify the delegitimization of the Nigerian state within Biafra. In addition to that, we will intensify our diplomatic fight to see the recognition of Biafra. Like you hear our Director General of Foreign Affairs Ministry talked about Belgium. It is the same everywhere. Biafra is the only country that actually have enjoyed recognition. No other country has been recognized during the declaration of independence. It is only Biafra that we recognize. And the people do not understand the importance of these recognitions. The past leaders of the Biafra movement have done very well, but nobody has been able to break the chains to benefit what this recognition has offered. The Biafra government is doing everything to make sure that the recognition of Biafra is restored. We are also filing application in the next 10 days. We are filing application to many authorities that you are going to hear from the media announcement. This application has to do with the recognition of Biafra. And also, we will make sure that the international stage, Biafra become a topic. Biafra is not going to be a topic by carrying flag and running around in the street. Biafra can never be a topic by coming on social media and shouting Samanepa is a criminal. Biafra can never be a topic by calling Ike Kuremadu Onyoshi. Biafra can never be a topic by claiming that or shouting that Tinubu is a drug pusher. No, we have done all those. Everybody knows Tinubu is a drug pusher. Everybody knows Tinubu is a criminal. But that is not the reason to fight for Biafra. The reason to fight for Biafra has to do with the fight to preserve yourself, the fight to preserve your life, the fight to make sure that your culture, your way of life is preserved, and of course, the people as Biafra nation as a large. The fight to live, the fight to life. That is the reason for Biafra. The reason for Biafra is not because Nigeria is corrupt. No. The reason for Biafra is because Nigeria is not a country. The reason for fighting for Biafra is because when Nigeria was created, the people of Biafra did not consent to Nigeria. The reason for fighting for Biafra is because the original plan of Nigeria has changed without you knowing it. The reason for Biafra exit today is because while Nigeria was recognized as a secular state, today it is no longer secular state. It has changed from the backyard to Islamic state. That is the reason, without your consent. The reason for Nigeria to break into how many pieces of Biafra own is that we are only interested in our own nation and our own people. And let me tell you the fact. The old Eastern Nigeria that fought Biafra war remain Biafra people. Those who say they are not Biafra, the referendum is going on. You may decide to say no to the referendum. And when the result comes, we are going to check you. But for now, Biafra remain 40 United States of Biafra. And the old Eastern region is the Biafra. And those who would tell you that Igbo 5 state should go, these are the issues that I really don't want to talk about because it does not make sense. Igbo does not have 5 states. If you talk about Igbo, there are Igbo in Benue State, there are Igbos in Kogi State, and so if they are telling you Igbos, what is going to happen to the Igbo in Benue State? What is going to happen to the Igbos in River State? And let me tell you, these are just, when we talk about Igbo, we talk about those speaking Igbo. There are Igbos that doesn't speak Igbo. These are the ones you find in Ijo, Efik, Urobo. These are Igbos that doesn't speak Igbo language. What do you do to them? Anyway, my people in Belgium, you have a very important role to play in this struggle or not in the liberation of Biafra. Our achievement speaks for itself. I will not sit here and start listening the achievement of the Biafra government in exile. Our own is that we've made sure that the legality of the government in exile has been proven beyond every reasonable doubt in accordance with international law. Our own job now is to continue to push for the recognition of this government, including the de facto government in the homeland. The structure of the government has met the 1933 Montevideo Convention of a state. And now that this particular formation of the government and structure has been achieved, we now focus on the delegitimization of Nigeria. Kowa Nigeria Igwe, as much as possible. That is all. You have to prove to the international community how serious you are. And of course, the next is to the UN. We will hit them very hard with evidence. So for peace to return to the entire West Africa, Biafra must be free. The continual subjugation of Biafra, the continual forceful union in Nigeria will never restore peace in the West Africa. And this particular peace will go beyond West Africa up to the entire Africa and Sahel. Because the exit of Biafra will also end the upsurge of terrorists within the Sahel region. The interest that the terrorists have, that is the reason they are invading Nigeria today, the majority percent of this interest lies in the Biafra soil. And so the exit of Biafra will end the entire terrorist plan in Africa. And everybody must understand this. So when we fight for our freedom, we are not just fighting for the freedom of Biafra alone. We are fighting for the mankind. We are fighting for the preservation of the human life within the Sahel region. So any nation, any government that is very responsible must support Biafra. But like everybody knows, we are not bothered whether a government recognizes Biafra government or not. We know that we must continue to do that which is right according to international law until they are forced to recognize Biafra. Because the time is coming when you can't hide away from what we are doing. The time is coming when this government, who have refused to comment on the activities and the status of Biafra, will be forced to comment. And though the time is coming when the United Nations, who have remained mute and don't, the spirit of I don't care, will be forced to comment on Biafra. And that will determine, that comment will come as a result of our determination, our resilience, and what we have to do to delegitimize Nigeria state within Biafra land. And that's what we are going today. The economic sanction strangulation continues. So Belgian people, I want you to understand that for us to, go deeper into the affair of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile is something that takes a lot of time. We are now going to start the awareness like never before, making sure that our people will listen to the voice of Biafra radio from the satellite, and our people will listen to the voice of Biafra television, satellite TV in Biafra land, and that is already happening. We are live on satellite on TV, live on satellite on radio, and we are still spreading. Now we have ordered that the entire coastal state, the state from the coastal region, will have, first of all, we'll have this radio, the FM 97.5 FM from the satellite spread across the state before we talk of the hinterland. Because in the hinterland, the entire Biafrans are aware of what is going on. So our satellite is focused on the coastal side. And from this week, we are into one of the hinterland states will test run the satellite radio from the Biafra Republic Government in Exile and the Biafra de facto government. So please, if you are one of those who are an officer for the voting for the referendum, please, you have to beef up your activities. We need as many votes as possible before October. This is very, very important. We need as many votes as possible. So I want to thank you for supporting this government up to this point, and our activities in defending Biafra land will continue. That is not going back. From here, I thank you very much. Airborne to the Biafra Republic, airborne to the Biafra Liberation Army, airborne to the Biafra Defense Forces. Thank you all. Your flag and the arms will continue to go against the enemy, which is the Nigeria terrorist state, and will protect our women and our children, and nobody will intimidate us to drop our arms for self-defense. Thank you. I'm Musiwaye of Ebu. I watch I'm so happy that you came around. I've been supporting you before Nnamdi Kanu was arrested. This Prime Minister today, or if you go back to your Facebook account, you got home Facebook account where I always call you my PM, my Prime Minister. But thank God today you are finally the Prime Minister of Biafra in exile. Today I have a tangible question which I want to ask. The question I have, what Nnamdi Kanu said about a few days ago, a few weeks ago, now after the court, after his court destined. So Nnamdi Kanu now, on your wall, ebe a na-achịzọ ndị Biafra ndụ. Onye ọla ji Biafra kpaa ego, onye ọla na-egbu ndị Biafra na aka ya nọ na ya. Because if you I know you heard that question, you have that the comment he made. Because in when I mean how you see that audio statement in the Kalimek now conferences. There will. I will support. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
I will support with 50 euros.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will urge.
Go ahead, because I'm going to ask my ham see why of Facebook. I said it before.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. I will urge every genuine Biafrans to not dig deep into what our Onyendu said in court. I will urge every Biafrans who understood that message to just understand it that way, and keep it to themselves. Because So, and not everything that you people will want us to start explaining. The way the struggle is now and the way our leader case is going is not something we should come and start analyzing his statement and all that. I will ask you to leave it at that level of understanding, where you understand it, and I urge those who are asking questions to understand. You already know what his his policies and his ideology are. Go back to his previous broadcast teaching and get the answer from there. We don't need to start here now to prove anybody, to prove that he was referring to other people or not. The message is very clear. I want you to understand that he also mentioned subversion. And you know what subversion means? Subversion means if you are going against the government. So, and that subversion, the government is talking about can never be Nigeria government. And I hope you should understand that. But let us not go into that. Understand that he was talking to those who are trying to destroy what he's paying the price for. And that is Biafra. Remember that severally have persistently said that the reason why he is here is because of Biafra. And so we have not deviated from that particular agenda of Biafra. And so we only up our game in the struggle for the liberation of Biafra. And so I will urge you to just understand it and follow your instinct. Follow your brain and your mind. You know that in your mind, you are following the right thing. Just follow it. Do not go and start digging into the statement of our leader. And like I have said severally, what we are doing in Biafra now must not be linked to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We laid our foundation from the beginning. Our foundation is this. The reason why he was kidnapped is to stop Biafra. And we're making it very clear that Biafra they want to stop by kidnapping him will be restored in their presence and in their own right before their own very eyes. And that's exactly what we are doing. So it is either they release him or they will stay and see Biafra declared, and we are going to use him for an exchange at the end of the day. And he will be released in a very historic manner. I've said it several times. Let us focus on the Biafra liberation and how it's going to be released historically, and forget whatever statement he's made, because what the enemy wants you to do is to start analyzing it so that they will turn back and start using it against him by the time they understand the deeply. So let us leave everything. I will urge including the media team, everybody, please. What you have to do is when the lawyers wrote something good that you know it is in accordance with our ideology, you retweet it and support them. Whenever they say something that is going contrary to what you just ignore them. That's what we're doing now. We're not going to start analyzing to prove a point. We are not in that stage. We are already going beyond that stage of trying to prove a point. Any reasonable Biafrans knows what is right and what is wrong. Forget about his statement and let us focus on our liberation. And then also, it is interconnected. The more you liberate Biafra, the more you save the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you.
Prime Minister, thank you so much. Journalist is one year as onye me on them. As no one had the rules to come was. Thank you so much. I hear your answer. Thank you so much. I just ask question for then you know what version and then I know what in the camera now. I am my hand there, man.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Please go ahead. So you are okay. You are already, your mic is on. I don't know, but we're not hearing you. We're not hearing you, but your mic is on. What happened? Why? You might have to go out and come in again, Nze. We cannot hear you, but your mic is on. I don't know why. We bring in Mazi Oba Roland, Spotlight.
Martin, they go out and come back. Go out of the link and join again. We cannot hear you.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and good night to some of you, depending on your time zone. I salute the ministers of the Gospel of Biafra. Mazi David Nana, I see you there. Minister Stella, I see you there. Amoche, I see you. Christopher, I see you. Plain Beauty, I see you. Frank, Benchooks, Eunice, University, Obi Chicago, Chima Okoro, Cyprian, Mighty Dot, Chief Okbara, all the way from Austria, I see you. Ibera, Nyekachuku, Sir Williams, Ivo John Paul, Biafra must come, Anasta Ife, Anasta Obioma Chris. Yes, you've just listened to our Prime Minister from Belgium talk. That was some kind of reminders to the Biafran people. And I want the media team to pick something out from the concluding version of what the Prime Minister said. At this time, do not delve so much into what the legal team does, because that legal team has been purged of the virus that was inside, and now they are living up to their expectations. So what we want to see is a serene reportage from that legal team. Project them when you see they do things that are good. When they know anyone that is bad, just ignore. Don't waste your time analyzing anything, because the time we are in is a delicate one. We must continue the offensive attacks on the jihadist terrorists, because we've seen series of massacre and genocide happen in other parts of one Nigeria in the past 72 hours. It is only Biafra land that is safe and sound. It is only Biafra land that has security of their people. Yesterday, students in the university were bleeding. It's not the university itself that was bleeding. It is not Plateau as a name that was bleeding. It is the students that were bleeding. The students were bleeding in the hands of the Fulani terrorists of one Nigeria. When we say Fulani terrorists of one Nigeria, what you should understand is that this is a conglomeration of the Nigerian Army, the Air Force, the Navy, the police, the civil defense, plus the foot soldiers of the terrorists themselves. So they work hand in hand together. That's why T.Y. Danjuma reminded you guys that if you sit down and fold your arms, putting your trust in the armed forces of Nigeria, you will all die one by one. Yes, that is what he said. But they did not take him serious. That because they collude with the terrorists, they work hand in hand with the terrorists, they share security intels. The terrorists informs the army when they are going to attack a community, because they are all one and the same thing. They have all their men infiltrated in the army and in the defense of one Nigeria. That is why they will kill at will, they will slaughter, they will maim, they will destroy lives and properties at will in the far north. And then those in uniform that claims to be defending one Nigeria will not go after them. But when you see anything happens in Biafra land, that is when you see them make noise everywhere and come over, do this and do that. Because they work together. They collude. They aid and abet the terrorists. So now, who goes to the safety or the rescue of the students that were all slaughtered yesterday in the university in Plateau? Nobody. Because the same way that over 600 students and pupils were abducted in their schools is the way it has also happened in this place, that nobody speaks for them. Nobody speaks for them. Nobody speaks for them. So when you stay in the house, your children go to school, at the end of the day, you hear that your children that went to school, their lifeless bodies are lying and littered in all over the places. The question is, what happened to them? Nobody can answer you the question. You will only go and carry the dead bodies of your babies, your children that you sent to school to study. But in Biafra land, Simon Ekpa is defending Biafra with the defense mechanism that has been put in place. Now, one question you should ask yourself is, for the morons that will come into this space, please grant this microphone to anybody that is coming into this space so that when they are talking, they will be educated. I think today is a good day. Today is not really a bad day. So I think today we may accommodate some idiots. We may accommodate some idiots today because today is not really a bad day. It's a good day. The numbers of people massacred yesterday, the media of one Nigeria has now come to propagate it. The question you should ask yourself, is it Simon Ekpa that invaded the university yesterday in Plateau and massacred the students? No, right? Another question you should ask is, when they massacre them, what happens to the people that massacre them afterwards? Nothing. Today is our mega fundraising, and we're calling on all Biafrans as a reminder to remember that for us to continue the offensive attacks on the terrorists, for us to be able to fully delegitimize the existence and the presence of the terrorists in Biafra land, which has to be a simultaneous process, we need more funds, we need more guns and bullets. Yes, Israel is not fighting the offensive or returning or rebouncing the ballistic missiles against the Iranian and the Fulani and the Taliban and the Hamas terrorists that have gathered with sand. They are not using sand to do it. They are not using their saliva to do it. They are not using their hands to do it. They are using money that catapulted into technology. So we need to mint our money into hardwares which we have to make use of to be able to confront the enemies that are coming against the Biafran people. That is why any country without a defense mechanism that is working 100% can never be free of terrorist attack and can never be able to defend their citizenry. The Israelis were sleeping and inside the houses, watching how their defense headquarters defended their existence. They were watching it on television. Ballistic missiles that have the capability of destroying them inside the houses were intercepted in the thin air without it landing on their roofs. That is because they had invested so much in their security and their defense system. That Russia is able to stand against all the enemies that have arisen against them in this planet Earth today, and they are fighting to this very day without crying, is because they have utilized the resources that God gave to them, made use of the money that is coming out to invest so much in their defense, because they know that enemies can never finish. Even when the enemy inside the house is cut off, the ones outside that you've not even looked for their trouble will rise up and come against you. That is the nature of planet Earth. So we cannot sit fold our arms and then watch our babies slaughtered, our women slaughtered, our men slaughtered, and our generations wiped off from the surface of this earth. No. We thank the Biafran Defense Forces that have decided to sacrifice their lives, to put on the line, to make sure Biafra land is defended at all cost. Yes, we will continue to defend Biafra land. But how do we do it if you do not give us the funds needed? We will not go and open the belly of shark or catfish or octopus inside the river or the ocean or sea or stream or lake and then remove money that God has done miracle to happen inside the belly of the seabed. No, we are not going to open the belly of the seabeds to remove money that God deposited inside. God will not do such miracle because God has already given you the capability and the power to take dominion over everything in this planet. So if you tell him now, do miracle and put all the money inside the belly of the fish, you're actually telling God that his reason of the creation of man and then giving man the ordinances to take over what he created was a waste of time. That is why at times when you look at the terrorists that are fighting, you need to come back and sit and reason. Why are the terrorists fighting and they don't want to drop the weapons? They are fighting because they are exercising these ethics that they have the power to dominate anything. Yes, that is what they are exercising. They are exercising the fact that they have the power to dominate anything they want to dominate and the way they want to dominate it. Because they believe that the God of creation created everything and then gave it to them and then gave them the right to control it and to do away with it the way they want to do it. So you now that doesn't allow them or give them the enabling environment to do the way they want, they see it as a prime enemy. So the question you should ask yourself is, how are you utilizing the dominion which God deposited in your hands in this planet Earth? That is what you need to do. Mint this money that you have and turn them into guns and bullets and every ammunition that we need. Yes. When you see the Prime Minister post the outcome of situation report of our men on ground, he posts the one that your eyes need to see. He doesn't post the one that your eyes should not see and what you don't need to see. He posts the one that you can withstand and see. There are some that you cannot withstand and see. But for those work or routine to have been carried out or that battle to have been won, you should understand that one bullet is not sold for 1,000 naira. When you saw the van, the Hilux van, which he posted where you see bullet design the body of the van, did you sit back to try to count all the holes that you saw on that van? If you are able to calculate all the holes that you saw on the van from one side of that van, you should now be able to know how many bullets were shot at that van to be able to get the terrorists that came with that van down. So when you may have calculated how many bullets and holes that from the holes that you saw, you will now also calculate the one that will be off target, because that was the one on target. You should also calculate the one that will be off target, because when you're shooting, you don't only shoot on target. You shoot on target and off target, because within the circumference, the enemy may escape from one part of the radius. So you have to calculate the target and the off target to be able to get what you want. So you shoot round the circle. So you should calculate all of them and then tell us at the end of the day. If one bullet of maybe 8 millimeter cost maybe 50 euros. Now, if you calculated and saw that at the end of the day, 300 were dispersed, calculate the 300 times 50 euros, then you will understand how much was gone to be able to get those terrorists that came to kill our women and children down. Then, by so doing, you will now sit back to understand that when we call for a fundraising or when you are visiting the website and then you are donating $50 for a month, then God has blessed you to be in America and in Europe and in UK, but yet you are donating $50 for your Biafra liberation support for a month. You should understand that you have not done well. Yes, I am saying this and I am not mincing words, because if people in Africa earns $10 to $8 and 10 euros for a day job, then you in America and UK and Europe, you are earning the $10 of 20 or 15 for 1 hour job in a day. How much have you earned? God is blessing you that in a month you have earned good amount of money. And after you pay your bills, you are now giving the Biafra Liberation $50 for the entire month. How many bullets can that afford? If the terrorists are to invade your own community, invade your own village, and then your mother will call you and say, oh, Nnam, today it was your papa's house that was raining bullet. Oh, Ugochukwu, yesterday night we did not sleep. Oh, I had to enter that underground that your father built because everywhere was raining bullet. How many bullets do you think we need to use to repel the terrorists that are approaching your mother's house that they wanted to kill, claiming that you, as a Biafran, that you are a sympathizer of IPOB or a sympathizer of ESN or a sympathizer of Biafran government in exile, because they cannot open their mouth to pronounce Biafra Liberation Army. So when you are donating $50 for a month, you are not doing yourself good. Calculate the numbers of bullets that need to be used. I'm talking to people that God have blessed and situated them in America, UK, Europe, Austria, Russia, and Asia. God have blessed you and put you in a good place. And God put you there for a reason. God did not put you there to go and cross your leg and be singing songs for us. No. The country that you are fought for their freedom and they use money. The Fulani terrorists that you see today, every single day and month, they are paying dimes and contributions to the Islamic Jihad indirectly from their mosque. The money that you see them come and collect, that even the Almajiri that you see some of them carry small basket or 99 on the road and ask you to put money. That money, they don't even use it for themselves. They use that money to go and pay back to the mosque. They submit the money back to the mosque. And indirectly, they send the money back for what? For the Islamic Jihad. So everybody that you see carry their head, knock on the ground and say they are doing that their prayer, they are supporting this their Islamic jihadist conquest in one way or another. So if someone that is working in Africa is earning $10 for a day job in Africa, you are earning $10 or 10 euro or 15 or 20 for 1 hour job in America and UK and Europe and every other part of the Western world, then you are giving $50 to your liberation at the end of the month. You are not doing yourself good. Go and do more. Because when I see people from Africa making donations of $50, even if they are making it once in a month, I clap for them. When I see someone in Africa making donations of $30, $20, $30, I clap for them because I know what it means for you to make $20, $30, $50 in Africa. So God put all of you there for a reason, and do not allow the reason you being in Europe and America to be bastardized. No. Make use of that, and then you see the blessings come back to you. There is something many of you may not know. You are fighting a just cause, and the just cause you fight is a type that when you take out from your sweat, which you have toiled for the day and for the week and for the month, to pay for your liberation tax and to donate in the fundraising, as you finish pay, God is replenishing that money to you 100-fold. Yes. For some of you that may not have tried it before and you've not been supporting the liberation, go and start supporting this liberation, and you will see miracle wonders start happening in your ways. God will be opening doors for you, and you'll be getting jobs that you did not get. You'll be getting promotions and good pay that you did not get. Money will not be lacking in your hand because Chukwukike understands that you are fighting to defend your women and children and babies from being slaughtered by the terrorists. And that same God will give you the enablement to be able to gather that money and to pay for this liberation. It is not all about Simon Ekpa, I love you, you are my prime minister, you are my leader, oh, you are the God sent, oh, you are the miracle that God has happened to us, oh, our supreme leader, oh, God bless the day you were born, oh, God do miracle you came, oh, God did this and that, oh, in our own time, Biafra will be. It is not all about that. After you finish all those praises and showy display, we want to know how much you are pushing for ego to come to the war chest of Biafra. Yes, that is where the end game speaks. Israel has existed for years. Ukraine has existed for years. Russia has existed for years. One Nigeria has existed for years. But in the middle of the war, you see that Ukraine is looking for aid and money from left, right, center to be able to buy arms and ammunition to fight a fight that they can't even finish. Why? Because the people that are pushing them to fight this fight are pushing them to fight the fight for their themselves interest, not the interest of Ukraine, no. The interest of the people that are pushing them fight. So you are fighting like a blind fellow because you don't really understand the reality on ground. When America and UK and Europe is pushing you to fight a fight and to sustain a fight, it is not all about you. It is about their own interest, their political, their religious, their monetary, and their power, which they want to garner in the spheres of the world. You want to hear Europe, you want to hear America, you want to hear China, you want to hear Russia, you want to hear UK, you want to hear them say, we are the world powers. No, it is not about defending the livelihoods of the people there. No. It is about what they will gain. So they will support you and they will give you what you need. Your children are dying and they are going and going and going. You see? While they are paving the way for their names to come to the limelight. At the end of the day, you are totally wiped off. Let me bring your mind back. When Gaddafi was picked out, when Gaddafi was slaughtered, Was it for Libya? No. It was for the interest of the West. Because the West had their interest on something. They saw that Gaddafi was coming to make Africa to see the limelight. And it was about removing bread from the mouth of the West and then putting stone and sand. So, what did you expect them to do? Oh my God. They have to look for a way of cutting off the tail and the head of Gaddafi so that every Africans will come back against Gaddafi. So they have to portray Gaddafi as the sole enemy. Gaddafi was building the African treasury that all of you that are calling yourself African countries will be going to International Monetary Fund to go and look for money and borrow. Gaddafi was building something that you don't need to go to all those places to go and borrow money. A dependent Africa that you don't need to depend on the international community. But the international community will now come to depend on you. That is the kind of dependence, so that they themselves will come to depend on you. A dependent Africa to the West. They saw it that you were trying to build an Africa that they will now become dependent on. So they decided to do what? To crush. Because they saw that your independency as an African will make them to become dependent on you. So they must look for a way of making sure cut Gaddafi off, because it is to our own downfall. They must do something. So if big countries and nations of this kind are looking for money, sourcing for funds to buy weapons after how many years? My dear, there is no amount of money you have in America and Europe that will be useful if you don't utilize it in your homeland. For those of us that have companies and businesses in the West, America and Europe, Asia and other places, and UK, check the tax that you pay. Now, when you come to Africa, you ask yourself, why are the Europeans and the Americans and the British and the Russians and the Chinese, why are they running down to Africa to make investment in Africa? You will hear that they say, oh, the currency of Africa is low. The currency of Africa is low because they devaluated it same to suit them. Then secondly, the taxation rate in Africa is low. So they run all the way from the West, come down to Africa, where you have the highest population in the consumption market. Listen to me, consumption market. When you produce something and then you have millions of people consuming that thing within 1 week, that is where you make so much money. So they have to come to the highest market that knows how to consume everything. Everything consumable in Africa, we will consume without looking back, because we are very good at consuming. We are not good at producing. The production vacuum will not be allowed to base in Africa. No, it will be based in the West. Then consumption will now be sent down to us so that we can continue to consume. You work, you use it to buy to consume. You work, you use it to buy to consume. But they can't allow you to produce and then remain independent on your own. So the tax rate in Africa is far too low. So the Westerners are coming to Africa to now invest. And then you are looking at your currency to be very useless. But they are collecting it. They carry one drum and put. They will have the patience to collect it 5 naira. 1,000 sefa. 1,000 kudos. 1,000 dinars. They will collect 5 cents, 100 cents, 1 cent till you go full the drum. At the end of the day, you pay very small tax rate, then carry the rest of the money. But go to Europe, go to America, go to UK. For those of you that have companies and investment, tell me the tax rate so that I will tell you the one that we have in Africa. Because They know what they are doing because you are the consumption factory in Africa. So who is enjoying the money now? You that is in Europe or UK that is making or having a GDP company that is like a 90%, and then you spend like 50% or 40 on taxation. You pay everything, oh, tax here, tax here, tax here. Then at the end of the day, the money that is reserved to you to use to go back to Africa doesn't reach anything. Only that when you bring the money to Africa, if you bring 500 euro to Africa, you change the money big full bag. You say, hey, this is plenty money in Africa. But tell the European man, make you still carry that same money where he make there for the Europe, change him there, make you see whether he could clarify himself saying a very big money now. So the man now can make do in his country and still remain comfortable. But you will go there, carry everything, go invest there. As you invest, finish. The one way still remain for your hand, no go see reach anything. So what are we saying? You cannot become something with the intellect and the wisdom that God has given you with the dreams and aspiration, and then attain that your potentials 100% in another man's land. So it's not about you working the money and making the money big day and dumping it in the bank there in Europe and America when you don't have a freedom, when you don't have a home that your children can walk into tomorrow. If you die in Europe or America, they bury your body there. When your grandchild wakes up and says, where is grandpa's grave? They say, oh, grandpa died in America. Grandpa died in Europe. Grandpa died in UK. So the baby will now say, Mom, does it mean grandpa died in Europe or all these places you made mention of, and then they didn't bring his body back? Next thing you hear the baby tell you, do you know that if any Westerner dies in Nigeria or in Africa, that they will take the body back to their country to go and bury it? Oh, that is when you now start telling the baby, hey, my grandchild, your father did not have enough, or we did not have enough money, or your father did not have enough money left in his bank or in his treasury in UK for us to have brought his dead body back home. But he was very good in making the money, using it to fund the UK. But at the end of the day, we cannot bring his dead body back home. So it's not about making all the money and then you dump it there. At least put this money in your freedom so that you can have hope and your children can have hope of tomorrow. The fundraising starts by 7 p.m. Biafran time today. So for us to continue to safeguard Biafra land, please, we are calling on all Biafrans to understand the importance of funding. Yes, funding. The offensive must continue, and the terrorists will continue to collect more woto on daily basis. Remind your families and friends that checkpoint is a no-go area. Barracks are no-go areas. The civil defense unit are no-go areas. The police stations are no-go areas. The secretariat are no-go areas, both the state and the federal. Anything that answers the name and the interest of one Nigeria and represent them so much is no-go area for Biafrans because we may likely take them down anytime. And we are not going to say when. So what needs to happen is that you shouldn't be a scapegoat when it happens. So don't find yourself within those places. Stay far, 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 far away. And don't make your friends to be those people and those places. Make those places and those people to be your prime enemies henceforth. Because anyone carrying weapon against the Biafran people who is not the Biafran Liberation Forces or the Biafran Defense Forces or the inside the Biafran Armed Forces of this very government under this prime minister, they are all enemies of the Biafran people. So for us to achieve all we need, more money is needed in the treasury of Biafra. So please visit the website at your impulse and do not miss today's mega fundraising. We thank all Biafrans. We thank the ministers and the reps and the admins of countries and continents and states. Please continue your good work because the good Lord is with you and He will strengthen you, guide you, and put you through as we declare the restoration of Biafra on the 2nd of December 2024. See you in Lati and see you later on in the fundraising. I leave the mic to my co-host for them to hold it. On top of the hour, we have to bring it down so that we have like 1 hour to rest before we start the fundraising. Thank you, my minister David and Stella there. They were from here.
Thank you so much, our Minister of Information, Mazi Sonny Akbarawa. That was a wonderful do I call it opening speech or opening submission? Well detailed, well explained, and well understandable. Biafrans, I really appreciate every one of you that have come tonight to make sure the message is once again preached, especially on this special day of our fundraising. Just like the minister have said, it is very, very important that we'll understand that at this stage of this liberation, what is needed is funding. Provoke Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, who is still being held at the DSS custody. Provoke him with your funding. Provoke the Biafran Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is still at the helm of this liberation. Provoke him with your funding. The Biafran Republic government in exile, provoke them with your funding. The Biafran Defense Forces, the Biafran Liberation Army, all those who are taking bullet for you and for I, provoke him with your funding. At 40 years of age, or less than 40 years of age, the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic government in exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa, will be remembered for what he is doing, for having led the Biafran people to this stage for the restoration of God's kingdom on this planet Earth. He's doing marvelously well. At least Biafrans in diaspora in the homeland will remember Mazi Simon Ekpa for what he is doing, making sure that the terrorists did not take over our land, making sure that our women and children are protected, making sure that everything that needs to be done for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released is being done. That is what our Prime Minister is doing, and the Biafran Republic government in exile cabinet as well. The Biafran Defense Forces, the Biafran Liberation Armies, and all the armies of Biafra, they are defending the Biafran territories, taking bullet for you and for me, putting their life on the line to make sure that our villages are protected, our women and children are protected as well. Tell me, what are you going to be remembered for at this particular time? Are you going to be remembered for fighting against this liberation? Are you going to be remembered that you have all the money, you are making all the money in America, in Europe, in Asia, but you are not contributing towards the liberation of your people? Is that what you are going to be remembered for? Are you going to be remembered for being an antagonist to the progress that is being made for Biafrans to be free? Are you also going to be remembered to be those who are always online, casting aspersions on those who are fighting for your liberation and your freedom? What part have you to play? Very, very important that one of the parts you are supposed to play is coming out tonight. In less than 2 hours, we are going for fundraising. Like I said earlier, and like our minister said, what is needed at this time is funds. Funds, funds, and funds. So that the granite that is being dispelled, in order to make sure that these terrorist invaders did not occupy our land. They did not succeed in killing our women and children. Those bullets are replaced. All the mechanisms, all the machines, all the materials that needed for Biafra land to be solidly protected are available. That is what is needed at this particular time. So, fellow Biafrans, while you make your submission, let us focus on the agenda of the day. Funding, funding, funding. And that will be the only antidote that will drive the terrorists away from Biafra land. Without wasting time, I go over to my co-host as well. Sister Stella, the mic is yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good evening, our information minister. David, I salute you. Mazi Onyekachuku, I salute you. Uche Rage Kurulus. Frank, I salute you. Otunwamaya, all the ministers in the house, I salute you. We are many here. Good evening, good evening, good evening. UC Carlo, Mazi Oracle, Ifeanyi Don, I salute you. I salute everyone. And today's topic is BDF will continue offensive attack on jihadists to safeguard Biafrans. Yes, so BDF will continue defending Biafrans in Biafra land. They will continue to defend, even protect our own properties also. They will protect our lives and our properties. Our farmland, they will protect it, because from 1967 till now, Fulani Islamic Nigeria government have massacred, marginalized, kidnapped, raped, subjugated Biafrans in the name of Islamic Jihad. Nigerian armed forces will enter into schools with weapons and kill the students for no just cause. Example is that of the Plateau that happened yesterday. They massacred students, injured many of them. In fact, we had them shouting, soldiers are the ones shooting. They are the ones shooting. We had it. We had it. When they now want to interpret it in their fake media, they said gunmen. University students can identify normally a Nigerian soldier. So Nigerian soldiers will kill, enter into schools and massacre students for no just reason. And I wanted to ask them, was it Simon Ekpal that killed students in Plateau yesterday? The answer is no. Their killers were supposed to be their rescuers, ladies and gentlemen. So nothing happened after all. Nothing. After the massacre of the students yesterday, nothing happened. Rescue didn't occur because they are killers. We are supposed to be their rescuers, you understand? So, Nigeria armed forces is the same with bandits. Nigeria armed forces or Nigeria armies are same with Fulani herdsmen. When you see Nigerian armed forces, when you see Nigerian army, you have seen Islamic jihadists. When you see Nigerian army, you have seen Fulani Islamic terrorists. When you see Nigerian army, you have seen Boko Haram. Get it? So that you don't continue to fall into their trap. So whenever you see them, run. I'm talking to civilians now. Biafrans, when you see Nigerian army or Nigeria police, run. They are not your friend. They are terrorists. They are Boko Haram. They are Islamic jihadists. They are Fulani herdsmen without uniform. So whenever you see Nigerian army, run. They went to Plateau University yesterday and massacred students for no just reason. And nothing was done about it. In fact, their media faked the story. Now said it's government. Meanwhile, we had the poor students confessing why they were running because they were surprised. Imagine the people that are supposed to come and rescue you turn around and be gunning you down. These people are well known all over the whole world as Islamic terrorist group. In fact, even last month, the head of Hamas went to visit them in Nigeria. They gave Hamas land and gave them also the ability to take some mineral resources that will aid them to sponsor jihad all over the whole world. Ladies and gentlemen, now you understand who is Nigeria Army. In fact, I think we'll even make it a full topic next time. Who is Nigeria Army? Army are Fulani herdsmen. Nigeria Army are Islamic jihadists. Nigeria Army are Fulani Islamic terrorists. Nigeria Army are Boko Haram. So this Fulani Islamic Nigeria government are forcing Christians, Biafrans, to be converted to Islam or be killed. But Biafra Defense Forces, BDF, are saying no to that. No to their killing. And they are now well armed. Biafra Defense Forces are now well armed. As a result of your sponsors, financial sponsors and support, they are well armed and they are fighting back the terrorists. They are fighting back Nigerian army. BDF are disarming the jihadists and collecting their weapons. We saw some of them today. They showed us. The government showed us. So they are now stopping them from killing Biafrans in our land. Biafra land have non-security, unlike in Nigeria, unlike in the Yoruba land or Hausa land or Middle Belt. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Biafrans, support Biafra government financially. Pay up your tax also. Any amount you have. So far, so good. All the achievement Biafra government is getting is as a result of you supporting financially and otherwise. Biafrans, instead of you pumping your money into certain churches and certain organizations, that when you now finish pumping your money in form of your tithe, in form of your contribution or offering, and they will now push the whole money to the west. And the head church there in the west wouldn't come to your rescue. Now you need it. You collect all the money, push, you give them, you go morning on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You give your widow's mite. This church will now collect this whole money and push it to their head church in the west. Now you have problem. Now they are killing you. Now jihadists are chopping off your heads, expecting the head church you've been pumping your money to come out to your rescue or sponsor even your protection. This head church will keep quiet. Then it's of no use you giving them your money when they can't even protect you, when they can't even speak up on your behalf. Therefore, send your money straight to Biafra government that is protecting you and your properties and your loved ones. So far, you have seen all the achievement Biafra government have gotten. They have opened liaison offices all over the whole world. We have Biafra Armed Forces. We have Biafra Marines, Air Force, BLA that are fighting on your behalf, fighting your enemies. This is where your money is supposed to be going to. And remember when the Obi did his campaign, he knew he was fake. He was there to distract Biafra government. Our brothers in the US donated huge millions and millions of dollars to Obi, only for Obi to nyoroku. That money self, will Obi pay them back? It was all lost. They put that money off, it became of no use. So now we have a useful place. We need your money. Can you come up and donate and support Biafra government? Because even the Fulani Megats are also paying their tax. All these Fulani you see selling on the table, they support their Islamic jihad. Any amount they have, they give. They push it to their mosque. Their mosque will now go and buy and sponsor the jihad that they believe that they are fighting. Then imagine you. How about you? Are you supporting Biafra government? Please do. Financially. We need money. More than Ukraine. We need money. So let me stop here for now. Thank you, sir. David. Okay. Should I bring them in?
Yes, thank you, Sister Stella, for that well-detailed submission. Yeah, I welcome Biafrans once again. Please, we are going to, if you want to speak, you request for the mic and raise up your hand so that we know you really want to speak to Biafrans. Reg and Fury, before I come to you, there is somebody that is, I don't know whether he's part of us, he's from Finland or from anywhere around the world, but here we welcome well-wishers, welcome lovers of freedom, we welcome the press to, if you know what you want to talk about, let it be in relation to what we are talking about here. We are fighting for our freedom. We want to restore our nation so that we will have the opportunity to live as humans. So, Kurulus Habar, I want to come to you because you requested for the mic and it was given to you. So I went through your profile. It's not written in English. I don't know whether that is Finnish or Arabic. I don't actually understand, or German. So please, you have the mic now. Unmute yourself and speak. Here is Biafran platform. Welcome. Kurulus Habar. Unmute yourself. We can't hear you. Okay, it's like he's not responding or he's not close to his mic. Reg and Fury, welcome, brother. You have the mic now. Unmute yourself and speak.
All right. Thank you very much, my dear brother. Greetings to all the great comrades, to all the great Biafrans on the platform, and greetings to all Biafrans all around the world, to the Biafra Republic government and the de facto government in homeland, who the Prime Minister is Simon Ekpa. Our special greetings to Simon Ekpa, the Biafra Prime Minister, as well as our leader, Martin Nadikano, who is illegally kidnapped from Kenya and extraordinarily rendition to Nigeria and locked up in DSS zone.
Rajan Fury, please, your device is making some noise. Can you check the setting, please? We can't hear you clearly. If you have done that, you can unmute yourself now and speak. Unmute yourself, Regent Fury, and speak.
Okay, am I coming out well now? Is the sound okay?
Yes, but there is noise. There is noise on the background. I don't know whether
Where I am, there is noise where I am here. You understand? So I just have to speak, that's why. So let me just make it very brief. So our people, like you heard, my name is Regent Fury from Isoko. I'm a proud Isoko Biafran, like you all know. So like the earlier people said, we need more donation, more and more donation, because we are at war right now, and it's money that will make everything to happen. We need money to get the weapons, guns and bullets. We need money. So please don't sit back. Give all that you can give. These times will not last forever. There's a saying that tough time do not last forever, but tough people do. You understand? So we are in tough time right now. Try to support as much as you can. And talking to our information minister, greetings to you, sir. Sonia Parawa, special greetings to you. Sir, I would really beg if you can make some kind of findings before you conclude on certain submission. You understand? You know, in your LI,
we can't hear you. Are you there? Can anybody hear him?
No, we can't hear him. We can't hear
Okay,
him.
okay, yeah. Regent Fury, it's like you are having connection issue or your device is giving you some problems. Can you hear us now, Regent Fury? Okay, while we are waiting for you to reconnect, Ronnie, you're welcome. You have the mic, please.
Thank you. Am I loud and clear? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you very much, our Honorable Minister, Mazi Sonia Barawa, my sister Stella, David, Che, Jacob, Yola, Kudus, Rage, Universities, my brother Starman, Ben Chooks, Christopher, House. I greet you all. It's been a while, you know, and the topic, because we are at war. If anybody that still don't know what's going on, the Nigerian Islamic State declared on Biafrans, then that person is living in a full paradise. We are at war, and we are going to do the needful. Our BDF will continue to do the needful, because that's the only way Biafrans can be alive. We are living in a state that is of our God. Because the only reason is because we say no to their subjugation and oppression. That's only our sin, that we do well where they don't do, that we do well wherever we find ourselves, but defend ourselves, because these people are the people that come, they lie about it, they hate you, write on the pages of their newspaper. And look at, as my sister Stella was something, so these people, they will do something. Even the video, it was heard that the Nigerian army were the ones shooting people. Now you now heard God, they told their media to write. As we speak, what is going on in Biafra land, but we will not see them talk about it. They are secretly fighting us, because I don't see what army will be doing in Biafra land. I don't see how you say there's no war and you are throwing bombs We know what is going on in Imo State. You know, also they carry the arms which Biafra Defense Forces neutralized. Things be happening. Once we defend ourselves, they will.
Big boy, your mic is breaking, or is it
To
from
take over
me?
our land.
David, is his mic not breaking?
It is actually. I wanted to tell him, Ronnie, 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 are you there?
Okay, even the host is also having a problem anyway.
I can
Because
hear
I
you
had
guys. I don't know if you.
Yeah,
I
your
think we
voice
can hear
was
you now.
breaking. Your voice was breaking. We don't know whether it's from your end or from our host. I don't know. But you can go ahead. Ronnie, we can't hear you anymore.
Hello. Hello.
I think Ronnie has not paid for his network. Ronnie, go and pay for your network bills and come back, please.
Okay, let me go out and come back.
Yes, okay. Reg and Fury, you can submit now. Reg and Fury, the mic is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. I hope I'm coming out.
Yes, go ahead.
Am I coming out? Hello, am I coming out,
Yes,
sir?
yes,
Can
yes,
anybody
yes.
hear
Yes,
me?
Can
sir.
hear you.
Yes, sir. Oh,
Can hear
yes,
you.
sir.
Can hear you. Can hear you.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you very much. Greetings to the great Biafra in the platform and all Biafrans all over the world. Greetings to my Prime Minister, Simon Epa, the leader, our supreme leader, Mazin Nadikano, as well as the Biafra Republic government in exile, the facto government in homeland, special support Biafra. So one thing I want to say is that anybody that carries the gun and go and kill children and go and kill women, no matter the name he or she calls herself, whether you call yourself Nigeria soldier, or whether you call yourself US soldier, whether you call yourself Russia soldier, whether you call yourself Biafra soldier, so long as you carry the gun and go and kill innocent women and children, you are not a soldier, you are simply a terrorist. And this is what we have seen of the Nigeria military. Every time with the slightest provocation, they go and kill the innocent children and women. This is what they do, both the police. As a matter of fact, here in Nigeria, when you see the police, you feel more unsafe. You feel safer when you see an armed robber. You feel safer in the presence of an armed robber than in the presence of police. Because an armed robber might just take money and spare your life. The police will take your money and they will kill you so that you will not reveal their secret that they take your money. You understand? So that's what happens here in Nigeria. So I want to beg our people, we need more donation, we need more funds to sponsor our Biafra Defense Force who are doing the great work, who are engaging these people that call themselves army, that have been coming to kill our innocent women and children over the years, raping our innocent women. I mean, this cannot continue. So I am pleading to all of you to please do what you can do. Like our information minister, greetings to you, sir. You were making an analysis that here in Africa, people make $8 to $10 daily. Sir, I would like to beg you, before you make certain or submission or certain analysis, try to verify. Probably you confirm from us that are in Nigeria. You understand? Because this $8 to $10 you are talking about, it's about over 10,000 naira. That's what you are talking about. You understand? So I remember when I was still working with a company, I worked for over 6 years in that company. Sir,
Rich and Fury.
sir,
When
sir,
I am even,
I can hear you,
when I
sir.
am even talking about some countries in Africa, I don't put Nigeria inside
Thank God.
because
Thank
Because
God.
the Africa part that I am now in Cape Verde, a day job here is from 800 kudo, which is the local currency, which is equivalent to 8 euros, and $8. So from 800 to 10, except there is a
Okay.
professional, that is, if you're a professional mechanic or engineer, your daily pay is from 800 to 1,500. So that is like 15 for a day, for 24 hours that you have worked. And this is the same amount that someone in far Europe and America will receive for 1 hour job. But this is for a day job in the part of Africa that we are.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that clarification.
Don't
Because
even
I was
calculate
thinking that
Nigeria and put inside anything we are talking, because their currency is useless. The currency that is worse
because
than franc CFA. How can you even use that to equate anything?
yes,
Huh.
because here in Nigeria, if you make 4,000 naira in a day, you are a big boy now. You be big boy. If you are not a big boy, because the expenses, the way the expenses collect, at my former company, I was one of the leaders there. How much was I receiving? 3,800 naira per day. And I will wake up by 5 o'clock. I will be the one to go and pick office key. We have about close to 30 staff. I'll be the one to go and pick office key. I wake up after 5. By 6 o'clock, I've collected the office key. I've gotten to work. Before I will close work, it will be around 9 o'clock, sometimes even 10 o'clock. You understand? How much was I paid? 3,800 naira, and the thing was really biting hard on me. That was why I ran away, because before the salary will come, I've borrowed. If I don't borrow my head food, you understand? And the worst part of it is that when you go to eat in a restaurant, a plate of food is 1,000 naira. That is the cheapest one. No? You see a plate of food like 1,200 naira, 1,005. But if you want to eat and be full, you have to eat up to like 1,005. You understand? So that with that 1,000 naira, after you have even eaten the food, you understand? As you eat the food, they come on and say you go, they regret. Begin to talk to yourself, they yab yourself, they go say, oh boy, you not try. Only you don't finish 1,000 naira. How much be your money? I say you go, they swear for yourself, swear for the person who said the food for you. You understand? So it's not really easy here in Nigeria. So my people, you people should buckle up. Let's get this freedom once and for all. If the money is there, like our Prime Minister was saying, I bless the day that your mother gave birth to your Prime Minister. I love my It's not. It goes beyond that. We need money. We need fun. You understand? What is all about money? Like Israel is retaliating to Iran, though they are playing down the retaliation that they did not cause any harm to the retaliation. Did not cause any lie. It caused a lot of fun, a lot of damage. We know why the video. You don't see the expression. You understand? The one thing about terrorists is that they are very quick to look for trouble, but they don't have the strength to fight. When the real fight comes, they will run away. You understand? So all the terrorists in the world and their sympathizers, they are going to wipe. They are going to be wiped out, except if they change. Wherever they are, whether here in Nigeria or in the West or in Europe or wherever they are, they will be wiped out unless they repent. Because the truth is that they don't have the energy, they don't have strength to fight. They only have power, like you see Nigerian military yesterday invading a Plateau school. Those were harmless, innocent students who don't have anything to defend themselves. So you see terrorists, they are always like that. They are always strong where the innocent people do not have gun, who do not carry gun to fight them. That is where they are strong. You understand? That is what you see of the Nigerian soldier. They are trained to confront the innocent people without anything to defend themselves. Both Nigerian soldier, police, and every armed carrier in Nigeria. You understand? That is what they are very good at. The reason why most of them even join the forces is to intimidate people, to terrorize people. You understand? To oppress people. That is the reason majority of them that join. So you can see that they were using the template that was used in Afghanistan, where Afghanistan people were recruiting the Taliban into their military. So America was thinking that they were in control. One day, after they have had enough Taliban in the military, we all saw what happened, and they overthrew the government, took over. So when terrorists take over, the same America went there and signed alliance with them. And America is working with the Taliban today. You understand? So that is the same template that they wanted to use in Nigeria by recruiting terrorists, repentant Boko Haram, and repentant bandits and terrorists into the military. So when they have had enough of them in the military, before you know, they will take over and carry out their jihadist tendency in Nigeria. But thank God for the Biafra. Thank God for our leader, Mazin Nandekano, and the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, who stood their ground that no, this cannot happen under our watch. And the media, in fact, Mazin Sonny, I cannot really thank you enough because back in those days, when our leader was kidnapped, there were 3 people I know that they will never betray. Prime Minister, Biafra Unite, and you yourself, Mazin Sonny, 3 of them. I knew that if every other person betray, 3 of you will not betray. So if you guys did not stand your ground today, would we have been where we are today? This is a lesson every one of us who Biafra must learn. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak. I yield from here. My name is Roger Fury. I'm a proud Isoko Biafra. Isoko and Urobo is Biafra land. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Reg and Fury. Yes, so Isoko is Biafra, Urobo is Biafra, Ishan is Biafra, Igbo is Biafra. Thank you so much for that wonderful submission. You said it all. You see, where are the terrorists getting the guns to kill innocent civilians or to even kidnap in Nigeria? Are you aware that one AK-47 alone is up to 1 million naira, if I'm not mistaken, or more? Then you ask yourself, all these terrorists from Niger, Mali, where did they get 1 million naira to buy AK-47 or AK-49 to begin to kill innocent civilians or even to start to kidnap and raise money? It's only left for you to understand that these people are sponsored by the government. So when you are fighting all these terrorists who are now nicknamed bandits, know you this day that you are fighting against the government, because it is the government that is sponsoring them. And like our brother said, Rage and Fury, these people only have power to fight against unarmed, innocent civilians. They have no balls to confront the real soldiers that they were supposed to fight against. That is why they can only go to secondary, university, schools, invade the school, kill innocent children. And you begin to wonder, where are these people coming from? So, fellow Biafrans, the reason why these things are not happening in Biafra land is because of the activities of Prime Minister Simon Ekpa and the presence of the Biafran Defense Forces. If not, if they had their way, they would have overrun Biafra land. But Chukwu Okike Abiama made it impossible for them to do that, because God himself has set up soldiers that will defend his land. He had raised up gallant men and women who are volunteers that have stood on the gap to fight off these terrorists from invading, killing our people, displacing communities, and taking it over. So, if you want this to continue till the restoration of Biafra in 2nd of December 2024, you have to put all that you need into consideration. You have to donate to the Biafran Liberation Army. You have to donate to the Biafran Defense Fund. You have to make sure you try your possible best in order to support what the government is doing, because this our government is the only government that have been able to protect you and protect me, protect our villages, protect our cities, protect our women and children. Without this government, I bet you me, every Biafran 40 states will be under IDP camp, because that is what they have planned for Biafra land. Even before the coming of our leader Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, they have already planned this years ago, because they want to invade Biafra land, run it over, convert each and every one of us to Islam before they change Nigeria to Islamic State. Unfortunately for them, the Biafran people, through Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, were actually prepared for a time like this. And today, the rest is history. And you can agree with me that the Biafran Defense Forces are doing the needful, preventing these enemies from taking over our territories, killing our women and children, and destroying our properties. And come to think of it, The people that are responsible at this particular time, because the terrorists started by camping in our bushes, in our forest. But when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu set up then Eastern Security Network, they were flushed out from the bushes. And when the government saw that they could not succeed through the bushes, the government now used the state actors to invade our land, kill our women and children. And now our prime minister have come to say enough of all this killing, enough of all this displacement, enough of all this burning of our properties. And that is why you can see them crying, you can see them wailing, you can see them carrying all manner of propaganda against the Biafran people, even to the extent of labeling our prime minister a wanted man or a terrorist. But does it move you and I? No, it won't move us because we are fighting for our freedom. So fellow Biafrans, tonight is the fundraising. We are begging on you, if you can raise $50,000, if God can bless you with $50,000 in your account, or more than that, there is a reason for that. Remember, during the time of IPOB, our leader directed all those in the motherland not to contribute because he knows what they are passing through in that contraption called Nigeria. As a matter of fact, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made us to understand that those in the diaspora will fund the liberation and the freedom of their people. The time is now. If you are not doing much, please, tonight, improve on your donation so that Biafra land will not be overrun by terrorists or the Nigerian army, because they are sponsored by the Nigerian government. Thank you so much. Sister Stella, do you have something to say before we can go to Ronnie?
Yes, so they should improve on their donation. Very, very important. Please, we need more money. Thank you. Big boy, you have the mic, sir.
Please, before the next person picks the mic, our time is fast spent, and we are supposed to round up. So please, next, who remain to speak? Please, when you pick the mic, endeavor to make use of 2 minutes so that we round it up, please. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Ronnie, you have 2 minutes. Ronnie is not there. Uncle, the number. You have 2 minutes.
I'm here. I am waiting. Thank you, Minister. Yes, like as I was saying, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, please.
Before I was rudely interrupted by Zoo Network, I was saying that this is the time to do the needful, and our Biafra Defense Force will continue to stay on offensive because that's the only way our people will be safe. Because we are fighting people that have billions of naira, trillions of naira, to fight us. And the only way we can stand this thing is by doing the needful that every Saturday we are called upon to do. So whatever we are doing, we should know that we are saving the lives and the future of our children and our born generation. We are facing an existential threat. These people you see in uniform, they are terrorists. They are not army. At least we have seen videos and news where they are stabbing one another in their barracks. That's to tell you there's no professionalism in whatever they do in the East. These are the same people that will turn off their uniform and become gunmen. They are calling them gunmen and turn to be terrorists and start terrorizing our people. So my people, please and please, let's do the needful. Thank you.
Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Ronnie. Amuche, are you there? Amuche, are you there? Amuche is not there. Kurulus, once again, do you have something to say? Kurulus Habar. Not there. Uncle, the number, you have 2 minutes. Thank you, sir. Okay, Amuche, speak. Amuche, we can't hear you. 2 minutes, please.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Yes. Yes.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you very
Go
much.
ahead.
Thank you
2
very much.
minutes.
Minister, thank you. Sister Stella, thank you very much. I thank you. I thank everyone that is here. Yes. You see, this year we continue. We continue the offensive. Yes, attack on these terrorists. You see, all these things happening, like that attack in Plateau, all these things happening. It's Nigerian terrorists. It's Nigerian military. They are the terrorists. Terrorists is not from anywhere. They are the very one. And Tinubu government, they all of them, they're the one sponsoring them. This time we have to wake up. Wake up, everybody, come. Let's contribute. Let's contribute. Tomorrow, don't take that money to church. Bring it here today. Bring it here. And this is what I'm telling you. Bring 10%. Bring that 10% here today. We need it. We need it for your life. Because when they finish you, if they come there and meet you, you will not give them again. I keep on telling you that that place you do go every Sunday will never save you. There's no time to save you. Adeboye will never save you. He's a criminal. Him himself is among all these people killing you. Adeboye is aware. All of them are aware. They are aware. BIAFRA, rise up. Esa vakpalo ni Marekani. Emi ni ma va contribute. Every is fundraising. Dodo mo viva de vakpalo. Va ye dare ho. Oba vi government.
Thank you so much, Amuche, for that wonderful submission. I like it when you speak that language of heaven. Thank you so much. Udo, Sister Stella, your final submission, please.
Yes, my people, please support the government financially. Just come along with your check if you're of the old school, or bring your phone and donate. Thank you. Bye.
Fellow Biafrans, thank you so much. Unko the number. The network is not allowing you to speak, so maybe next time. Thank you so much, fellow Biafrans. Let us go to the government. Let us go to this donation with our heart open. Pay your 10% to Biafran Liberation Army. They are going to do a better job for you, protect your families, protect your territory, and make sure that Biafra land is not overrun. This is the time to do it, no other time than now. Thank you so much. Our minister, thank you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Your final remarks has taken care of everything. So see everyone in the Zoom in the next 1 hour. Thank you so much. Dewo Mochineke.